everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It is the best season of the year. Fall, spooky season. Well, I'm also a spring and summertime babe, but I love spooky season. It is my house. It is the house I was sorted into. That's not a Harry Potter reference. I don't care about Harry Potter. It's just house, H-A-U-S. I love this time. And this year I am doing the Hollow series across multiple platforms. And the idea is just to share in some little fall crafting, some chill and cozy stuff, while also talking about some of my favorite spooky things. We're also going to be doing some other segments later, talking about some of my favorite spooky media. And then I'm also going to be doing a video on a certain wig that I made. It's unconventional. It's a little spooky, and it's also going to be for a spooky fashion mashup. Really excited about that one. That's coming later. I've been editing for weeks now, so I hope you're excited for it too. Please subscribe if you would like to see what that's all about later. On today's episode for the Hollow series, we are just going to be doing a little chill crafting and doing a little decoration for the life and death corner, as I like to call it. It started with this one piece that I like to call Skelly.
This is Skelly.
Skelly was inspired by Fire Force artwork, one of their closing credits that just lived in my brain for so long that I had to make it real. And the idea was just to make it look like this figure being pulled into the depths. And it's done with epoxy and some hot glue and a lot of effort and just a lot of patience, trial, and effort. There is a video, a short on that on my channel if you do want to see that. I found this year the perfect addition to the life and death corner. We got dual camera setups. That's right. We got angles in this bitch. This little skeletal unicorn I found at Michael's, and it was just so amazing. And I was like, this is perfect for the life, death. It's the life, death, and magic corner. It started out with just some little things that I had around the house. And I also had this piece that I got from J.M. Dragunas. I don't know that that's his name anymore. I'll put his name on screen so that way you can go pay homage to him and see his beautiful work. But I loved that portrait so much, and I figured it went really nicely in this space. Then I figured Skelly looked really great beside that, and Skelly came in a pair, so that's Skelly and Steve.
Skelly, Steve, Skelly.
I'm the one who pays my mortgage. I can have as many little weird nooks and crannies in my house as I want. Don't know if anybody told you that. And if you're just coming into adulthood, that might be something you're struggling with. But you can have all the weird art that you want. It's your house. Do it. It's your space. They can't tell you anything in your space. I have decided that I want to do something very similar to what I did for Skelly and just put a lot of florals and flowers bursting out of this rib cage. I really like the way that this looks, and I'm probably just going to paint in a little more dirt, make it a little more shadowed, but I'm excited. It's the best season of the year. Let's stop yapping and let's get into it. First, this needs to be weathered a little bit more than she already is. So we're going to go in. I don't really want to use oil paint, but I do. Like, it's so easy to rub into all of the little bits. We're going to do it. That's what we're going to do. I just don't want to do it because it's going to take 24 hours to really properly dry, and I wanted to get this done today. I'm probably making peace with the fact that I'm just going to go ahead and call it done today, even if it's not fully done. Fall, spooky season, all of that. Why do I love it so much? And I thought about it for a good while. There's a whole lot of reasons that I love spooky season, but I think one of the major ones is that there is this notion as you get older that you have to put away whimsy and you have to put away all of these things. They are only for children. You can't have any imagination. But things like Disneyland aren't being built by hungover 20-somethings or people in high school. They're just not. The stories that are being written that you remember for ages are not being written by someone in their dorm room. Which isn't to say that those stories can't come from people of those ages. Absolutely they can. And it's wonderful to see the people who are young and getting into the spaces of storytelling and fantasy and all of that. It's really, truly wonderful and necessary. Those stories come from adults. They came from generations before us, stories being told generationally. And I can't help but notice that a lot of people just give up on that as they start to get older. And it feels like Halloween is the one time where it's truly acceptable for just everybody to live in the whimsy, live in the magic, live in the spirit of that's just fun and otherworldly. And I think that's really beautiful. So, I enjoy it. And plus, I make costumes and all of that good stuff. So any excuse to see more people dressed up and to get dressed up, I'm down, totally down. My sweet little life, death, and magic corner has been growing over the years quite unintentionally. But after I made Skelly, and I really did intend to put that up in my studio, just kind of out of sight, out of mind, just because I did it for me. I didn't think Husbando would really care for it in a space that we both shared, but he seems to be pretty cool with it, and he thought it looked good in the space, and I just really like the way it sits there. And plus now Skelly and Steve can be together, since Steve was also not supposed to be there, but I hung him up there while I was trying to do something else, and I just really liked the way it looked, and he just never moved. And that's kind of how things get placed in this house. Really geet up in there, getting these crevices. I really appreciate the whimsy that gets in with spooky season and how people really get into it, even if they're not necessarily creatives in their day-to-day. Some people really go out for the decor and getting into theming their houses, and it's art in its own way, Even if you don't want to elevate it to that point and have that whole discussion, which I don't, and we will not on this channel, but I think of it as art to put all of yourself into something. Even if it's silly, even if it's fun, there's an art to it, and it's beautiful. That's what she was before. That's how she's looking now. Really get that gravelly, dirty texture. I love it. For the Hollow series, the stuff that I do over here is just going to be light, fun, home decor-y, and little projects that you can do during the season, not unlike painting your own skeletal pieces from Michael's. Just little fun stuff. And then over on my Instagram, I do more photography, a little more videography, like for shorts and reels and behind the scenes on that stuff, and throwbacks to Hollow series past. So it's just been a really fun season, and I like that I get to challenge some of my artistic notions and do some more otherworldly things during the season. It seems a lot more palatable, even though I do the same kind of otherworldly things in other fashions. But the darkness is a little more encouraged during this time of year, And you can be both pastel and dark. It is possible. Oh yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. Look at that face. Look at that face. Ah. Keep ripping this little head off, man. It's been many seasons since I've really felt in the spirit. Like, even loving October as much as I do, there were just a few years where everything was just really hard, but also everybody else has experienced similar, if you get where I'm going with the, the pandemoniums and stuff. This season has been a nice change of pace. I feel like I've gotten a chance to really settle in and find a routine that works for me, especially around this time of year, and not trying to stress myself out with producing content non-stop, because that's just unrealistic. And doing something for every day of the year is just not realistic for me. It is great if it is realistic for others, and I applaud those people, but I just don't have it in me. And I think it's important to stop and assess, hey, is anybody truly asking for this? No, not right now. It's not my full-time job. It shall be someday, but not today, and that's okay. And in the meantime, I'm not going to burn myself out, but instead find a way to express myself while also protecting my mental health. So we do fun little crafts like painting unicorns because it makes our brains feel better and happy. Happy, happy mediums instead of trying to find a costume for every day of the year. Well, not for every day of the month, I mean, but no, not doing all that. If you want to and you have that kind of ability, go for it. Mind your consumption, but you be an adult. I think it's pretty clear I make this stuff, despite the whimsy of it all, I make this channel for adults, stressed out adults who like to craft. Almost done shadowing this baby up, but I am much happier with this choice. Gross, I love it. Oh, you look gnarly, buddy. You look gnarly.
Do you love weathering bones, man? Weathering bones. Sensation unlike any other. Also because it's organic, so it's really hard to fuck up. That's my favorite part. I can be honest with myself. There's something really nice about that, just having the opportunity to explore the medium rather than feeling the need to perfect it, because it is organic. You do not control it, you move with it.
Now that we've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and move to the next step, which is a buttload of flowers. All right, we've got the shadowing down. I've picked out the smaller flowers that I thought would work best for this, and I think we're just gonna stick some stuff and see how it looks. Not exactly certain I have a particular arrangement in mind. I just want to do something lovely and whimsical, and I don't know, just something in that vein. And I kind of want it to look like it's bursting out of the rib cage. Scissors. I forgot scissors. Terrible. Okay. So I like these little bursts, these little sprigs. This is fun. Let's see what we can do if we just snippity snip. Ooh, I like that. I like what that's doing. But I don't really have a goal here. I am just doing whatever feels best to me. I like these little projects that don't really always have an aim. It's really nice to just see what your brain comes up with, especially if you like little spooky stuff like this. I find it quite lovely. And if I hate it, then it'll only have to be up for the season, but I probably will love it and I'll probably keep it out all season long. Because that's what I do with Skelly and the others. Those are not seasonal crafts. They live here. That's their home. They were meant to be seasonal, but yeah. Oh, Jesus. You play around with it. You see what you like. You see what you don't like. It's your world, squirrel. I like to think of it as three-dimensional flower sculpture, but dead. Usually I like to fit everything first before I start applying glue, but I need this one to stay in place, so glue. It's very hard to talk and arrange at the same time, and I did not realize how hard that would be. 'Tis a mighty skill for a lot of people. Oh my god, my brain capacity malfunctioning. She's short-circuiting. You see, you have the idea, but you never know if the idea is going to pan out, and as somebody who does not make content full-time, you learn. You try, you learn, you see what's good. How do I feel about you? How do I feel about you? I like you, I don't love you. I like that a little bit more. Yeah, I actually kind of like that a lot more. Because it looks like a winter circle collar. Chart 8. dumb and it's fun and I like it. Oh my god, like this game. Cat. Because of course I have moss. When all else fails, just add moss. It's true. It's like, doesn't look organic enough for you? Just add some moss to that bitch. Perfect. We have a hairpin. So we're going to use that to pull some of it out between the ribs. Ooh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's what you want. That's what you want. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just gently wrap that around the leg there. What? What? Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. Reclaimed by time. That feels good. That feels better. That feels much better. Oh, yeah. I like that. I like that. We're gonna just add a little bit in there in between. Get real mossy with it, you know. Take real advantage of this. That satisfies. That gives you the tingles. It only gives me the tingles. Yeah. A happy little magical being right there. That satisfies. That satisfies. I like it. I like it. So you see, at first I was satisfied with just the one. It looks so beautiful, so organic. And then I went to Beyonce's Renaissance tour and I needed a chrome version. I really did. It was imperative. I went back to Michael's. There was not one there. And then I took a chance. And I went back. And they had one. So I made a chrome version. And I didn't really record all of the steps of that, and that one's going to live up in the studio. We'll get to the studio later, and we'll cut straight into the reveal. Well, folks, that's going to be all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed doing a little bit of cozy crafting with me. I know it can be so easy to just ask yourself, like, if it's not the most polished, why even bother putting it out there? I don't care if they're not the most polished things in the world. They're freaking cute and I love them. They're just like, you add a little moss and it's just so whimsical. And then this one is giving me like Sailor Mars vibes. So in case you needed to hear it, do something that makes you happy and gives you the inner squee that we all lost because we had to get jobs and pay bills. So if it makes you happy, freaking do it. Taking the opportunity to make something a little more relaxed and something that just felt like fun was really nice. I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you did get any crafting done while you were listening, please comment that down below. I would love to know what you're working on. If you would like to see more stuff and see more Hollow series stuff, please keep in mind it's a little more PG-13 on my Instagram. If that's uncomfortable for you, then stay here. There's plenty of other stuff that will be coming along the pipeline. If you would like to see behind the scenes stuff, you can head on over to my Patreon. We've got tiers as low as $1 and other things that you can see about how things are built even before they get out to the channels. Well, my friends, that's the end, but we'll be back to craft again, especially if you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.